Welcome to your daily double reading. Today we're intending to get messages for your mind. We are using the ethereal elemental kind of realm to do that. We're going to be using the Oracle of the Fairies mini along with the Moonlight Tarot deck to get you 2 card combos to choose from. So you may want to just take a moment to see what's at the forefront of your mind. You know, what have you been thinking about? Hopefully not overthinking about, but thinking about, you know, what is your priority, or at least your mind's priority? And tap into that energy. You can ask from that space, what do I need to know or understand? What do the fairies have to provide for my mindset this week or at this time? Okay. And we will add the tarot. You can see with all this pink energy, it feels like a kind message, like Spirit saying it with kindness. Yep, okay. They go there. Just double checking, of course. Always want to make sure. We've got the card that Spirit wants us to have in place. Let me just set these for you. Double check. Okay, card combo 1 or card combo number 2. Which way is your intuition calling you for messages for your mind for today? Once you've made your selection, head on down to the description box and click on the timestamp next to the card combo that you've chosen, and I'll see you in your daily double reading. Hello Group 1 and welcome to your Daily Double today. If you're listening to this, you've chosen the first card combo here for messages for your mind, and in this case, from the fairies. So let's see what the fairies have to tell you. Stargazing. I like this. Look at that enchanting energy. Okay. When you gaze at the stars, you give yourself fairy focus. Your intuition will flow more freely and reveal what you need to know about your situation. Stargazing. This feels like the practice that they're giving you to help your mind find the solution or the answer that you're looking for. So if you've been like asking Spirit, praying a bunch, remember fairy focus. Right? Fairies are elemental guides. They're very cool to work with. They have a lot of like this light, sparkly, glittery, energetic vibes. They're magical energy. And if they're telling you to go stargazing, then you may want to spend some time at night just looking at the stars and send your wish, your prayer, your question out to the universe, and then let your mind focus on, fairy focus on, apparently, what's going on in the big out there, yeah. What's going on in the big out there, the big unknown, and then listen. And also, if you're doing this at night, pay attention to how you feel right before bed or how you feel when you're just waking up, because it feels like this is a practice to set you up for, your intuition will flow more freely and reveal. So you see, they're gonna give you the answers, solution, the insight, the idea, the clarity around whatever it is you're asking about. Your mind needs a focus point is what is happening here. Your intuition has the ability to receive the answer at just the right time and just what you need to know. Exactly what you need to know is always what's gonna be given to you. But if your mind's been thinking about it, analyzing it, trying to figure it out, for your message today, your mind needs a focus. And I feel like it's an ethereal focus, right? If you can't stargaze, then like perhaps you're visually looking at something that your mind can get involved in that feels like an open void energy. It could be a picture, a poster, it could be some sort of a video or something like that. It could also be that you're closing your eyes, and in your mind's eye, you're allowing your mind to focus there. The fairy focus is what you need to be able to open up the channel so that you can get the answers, solutions, and insight that you need. So your mind really needs a focal point, is what they're saying. Let's see what we have here. The Eight of Pentacles. This is connected to physical work. We've got a spider and a web there as well. So if you're seeing spiders, it's connected to this energy. If you're trying to figure out how to work something out, this is a card of manifestation here on this plane that requires you to actually do the work to master something, to dig your hands into it and to get at it and to come back to it and to be willing to do that. So you may be really trying to work at something and giving it your all and doing your absolute best, but there's just this missing piece or something that you're missing, or you're getting overwhelmed in your head. They're telling you the creation needs both. So you need your intuition as well. Your mind really needs to focus on something here, which is nice, perhaps during your work. If you're focused on something that seems a bit like routine or rote, that you're just doing kind of similar things over and over again, make sure that you intend for your channel to be open. Like in this group, I would intentionally be very clear about what it is that you're asking for answers to, right? What is the insight connected to? Be clear, because they want to reveal it. And so then focus your mind on whatever it is that you're creating or you're working on, or this open void energy with the stargazing. You need that fairy focus in order to be able to get answers and solutions that may be very connected to what it is that you are weaving, which is really cool. This feels like you are in the midst of manifesting something and your mind might be getting in the way, or maybe it's got a specific plan or a specific expectation, and Spirit wants to provide you with more flow in that, right? Wants you to flow more freely and needs to get you a message. That's what it feels like. It's like, I need to reveal this to you about your current situation, whatever it is you're working on here. It's something that you need to know. If you don't have that open channel because your mind is running the show constantly, you may not receive it, right? We might be closed off and unconscious, and we don't want to do that. So open up your channel, give your mind a fairy focus, keep working on whatever it is that you're creating, because it looks to be that you're on the right track here. And notice when you get those insights and when you get those answers and solutions. And I would say, add some gratitude to your spirit team, because co-creation mode is happening for whatever it is that you're working on here, group number 1. So I hope that this serves you and your mind for the day and the rest of this week. If you enjoyed this reading and you don't want to miss my future readings, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Give this video a like if something is resonating with you today, and I will see you in the next Daily Double. Hello, Group 2, and welcome to your Daily Double reading today. If you're listening to this, you've chosen the second card combo here for messages for your mind, specifically today from the fairies. So let's see what the fairies have to tell you. Nature's signs. Wow, it's a lot of signs and messages here today. Be receptive to the subtle messages from nature as you go about your day. Nature talks to us continually. Nature talks to us continually. We need only open our hearts and minds. So it's an open-minded energy. The fairies are telling you we're going to be sending you signs, not only in general, but your mind needs to pay attention to and be conscious of what's going on around you in the natural world. Anything that pertains to the natural world is going to be up for grabs, I think is what they're saying. Up for grabs? Up for interpretation. Okay. Up for interpretation. So maybe you and a friend see the same sign or the same animal message or something like that. And it connects to you differently, right? And that's fine. That's how it's supposed to be. We're all intuitive, and our intuitions are very clearly distinct and individual and unique to each of us. So it doesn't matter if you're seeing the same sign as someone else, right? Like, what does it mean to you? That's the feeling. You want your mind to try to connect the dots. That's what it feels like. Your mind needs to know where to be very conscious, where to not overlook something, and that's most certainly in the natural world. This is like, if you're not walking in nature or spending time in nature, if you're driving somewhere, you notice something. It can be anything too. This feels like you can't do it wrong energy. Like when Spirit's like, you can't, it's not gonna feel like a mistake. It might feel strange, like you're like, why did I notice that? But it's on purpose, and it's not wrong. They're wanting me to say that. Like, you can't do this right or wrong. And in this case, for you, group 2, your mind needs to understand that whatever it is it's noticing, even though it might be baffling itself, like be questioning itself, it's a message. It's some sort of sign for you, especially to do with the natural world. You know what they keep showing me is it looks like a branch. I feel as though I'm driving, like I'm in a car driving, and I'm seeing a branch up ahead that doesn't look super stable or something. Like I get this hit, this intuitive hit that thing's not looking great, and to be aware of it, like because it could fall, and then as I pass it, then it falls behind where I'm driving. So there, you see what I'm saying? Like, it's not just, oh my gosh, a butterfly fluttering and my freedom and my transformation is complete. It could be that. We've got butterflies here. But if you're noticing something, you want to pay attention to it and don't let your mind trick its own self. That's what it feels like. Like, we don't, like, oh no, there's nothing to worry about. That would very rarely happen. You're just making that stuff up. That branch looks fine. Of course it's stable. Somebody would have taken care of that. This whole track in your mind that can happen. Instead, trust your intuition here and let your mind analyze based on the belief that what you're seeing is important or it's necessary. Subtle messages. Like out of the corner of my eye, I see that and I go, let me just go a little bit this way in case that thing falls, whatever. That's what I'm saying is like, it's subtle and you could overlook it, but you don't want to overlook it. So pay attention to your mind. Notice the natural world is what I would say. And open your mind. Like, make sure your mind is not negating itself. Let's see what we have connected here. Judgment. Interesting. This is a spirit calling card. Like, boop, beep, boop. Hello. They're calling you. The natural world is calling you. The messages are going to be calling you. It's like that tree branch would be calling me to pay attention, right? Like, swerve a bit so you don't get hit. If it happened, maybe it won't happen, but that doesn't mean that so I drive by and I don't see it fall behind me. Right? So for the moment I go, maybe that was off. You can question yourself, but later on when you're coming back, there it is in the road and everyone's having to go around it, right? Like, it doesn't necessarily mean that your intuition will be proven correct, but you have to trust it anyway. With the Judgment card, this is like Spirit saying, ascend. I'm calling you up. You need to rise to the occasion. You need to rise to this frequency. You need to pay attention to what's being shown to you. They're literally calling you to pay attention from the natural world. So your mind just needs to know that it's safe to trust whatever's coming through, that even if it's a bit skeptical or even if it's questioning, that's okay. It's okay to be skeptical. It's okay to be questioning, but it's not okay to not trust your intuition and to let your mind get completely take you over. You know what I mean? And go like, nah, absolutely. Because then, yeah. It's like they're saying regrets, mistakes, right? These mishaps, failures, these kinds of things will come about if we're not paying attention. So your mind just needs to be open. Your heart needs to be open, yes, but your mind needs to be open to be called up if it's being called up. And if you have to, like, play a game with your mind, make light of it so at least you can get around, you can swerve a bit, because your mind, if you're driving like that, right, will say, you're ridiculous. Stay on the road appropriate, like stay in your lane or whatever. And, you might regret that. So just go, it's fine. Nothing's going to happen if I just swerve over here a little bit to make sure that if anything did happen that I would miss that it would miss me. And it doesn't have to only be warnings. It can be spirit wanting you to look something up or showing you a really beautiful message that you're meant to take into your heart center and not negate, right? That's the feeling. For this group, you really want to make sure your mind is in an open space and in the spirit of spirit, right? Like, let's play along. Essentially, let's play along. Even if you're skeptical, we'll see. It's okay. It's not that serious. We're going to be fine. Let's play along. Let's notice these messages and let's rise up to the call of them. So I hope that this serves you, group number 2, for today. And I hope that it serves your mind and it allows your mind to relax a bit this week as it's noticing the messages and taking it all in, you know, and catching up as it makes sense, right? If you enjoyed this reading and you don't want to miss my future readings, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel and you've got your notifications bell clicked so you don't miss the pick a card readings that I'm posting in the future. And if something is resonating for you here in this reading today, please give this video a like or leave me a comment down below. And I will see you in the next Daily Double.